Good morning. Bonjour, bon dia, buenos dias, and whatever else it is, and whatever time you are. Welcome to the official McCoy Podcast Fast Break edition. I will explain this once again because my annoying ass producer Brian likes for me to explain it. So the Fast Break edition for our segment on the official McCoy Podcast is where I take 5 topics, 1 minute on each topic, 1 minute to get through the 5 topics. Anything over 5 minutes is a turnover, and everybody knows a turnover is no bueno on a fast break. We do a lot of basketball references here because I played a little bit of basketball. Are we ready, Brian, with the clock? Are we ready, Ari? She's not yawning. She was yawning in the prior segments, but she does a lot here. We're not going to hold that against her. She's smiling now, so that's a good thing. We like smiles inside the podcast room when we podcast. Always have a sense of joy to what you do. Are you ready with the clock, Brian? The clock starts now. Do you think that rookie quarterbacks drafted in the top 10 in the NFL should start right away? I do think so if you got a defense. If you got a good defense. If your defense is trash, you might want to throw the veterans out there and not let your newly minted millionaires get beat up with your shoddy offensive line. And, well, if you got a good offensive line and a good defense, yes, throw your quarterback out there right away. If your defense is good and you got a okay offensive line depending on who your quarterback is, but for the most part, if you got a good defense who can stop and get other offenses off the field, please, by all your means. There's no better way to learn. I'm big into learning and through the fire. Isn't that how it said, Brian? Yes. That's what we're going to stick with. So, yeah, put them in the fire right away. These kids are smart. They play football all year. They got film and everything. So let them rip right away. Just make sure your defense can get off the field. If Andrew Luck can return to healthy form, could he and the Colts compete for with the Patriots and the Steelers? Excuse me, I don't think so. It's going to take some time for Andrew Luck. I was a big Andrew Luck fan. That kid before Andrew Luck, the quarterback before him that backed him up, what was his name? Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett. I'm nice with mine sometimes. He looked like he was out there running for his life. You know what I mean? He had some success. He won a couple games, but do they want Andrew Luck out there? You know what I mean? That's their guy. They guaranteed him a lot of money. I don't want to see Andrew Luck out there running for his life anymore. So they got some things to shore up on that offensive line. Hopefully they did the right thing. Do I think they can compete with the Steelers and the Patriots? No, they seem to be the top of the class right now. They seem to be getting better, adding more pieces, adding more fuel to their fire and to their dominance. So let's just hope Andrew Luck gets through the season first healthy. Then let's worry about competing with the Steelers and the Patriots. Speaking of the Steelers and the Patriots, the next question is, should the Steelers sign Dez Bryant? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a lot of divas on one field. They got AB, they got Juju, who's dynamic. I'm not saying that he's a diva, but AB is a little bit of a diva. Is Dez Bryant a diva? He's diva-ish. He's not a diva, but Dez Bryant, we got to see what Dez Bryant are we getting. It might make sense for the Steelers to have somebody at every single level. AB takes the top off. Juju seems to be putting in a Hines Ward type of thing. He does a lot of in the blocking, does a lot in the running game, more of a physical receiver. And to that note, maybe Dez Bryant can be the next Plaxico. There you go. They have a lot of the same characteristics. The Steelers usually have receivers at each different level, a burner, a mid guy, and a physical guy who can contribute in the run. Hell, Juju Smith or Dez Bryant might be able to make a pass on the reverse, something they did with Cordell Stewart, old school flash notes. Moving on to basketball, making a nice pivot into basketball. What are your thoughts on the publicity of LeBron James kid is getting during his summer of basketball? I love it. It's not, he's wearing his dad's name, LeBron James Jr. He seems to be enjoying himself. He doesn't shy away from the competition. He's got dad in and out of the layup lines dunking. He actually got his first career dunk after his dad participated in the layup line. A lot of people gave LeBron flack for that. When are you giving the best player in the world flack for jumping in a layup line with some kids at an AAU tournament? That is a blessing to everybody in that gym. A lot of guys on this end of their career can't just dunk in the layup line with no stretch. So you learn something from that. His kid learned something from that. You learn something that for as a father, if you're coaching your kid and you're in the environment, you can still be engaged. If you're an athlete, you don't have to just sit on the side. I do it sometimes and kind of be quiet. You don't want to bring attention to your kid, but at the end of the day, if you're King James and your son is King James Jr., by all means, jump in the layup line and windmill dunk. Staying with LeBron news for the last question. What are your thoughts on LBJ opening his academy in Akron? I can't say enough. That is one of the biggest things next to him winning a championship for Cleveland that he can do for his community, especially Akron. That just speaks for itself at the end of the day. He put his money where his mouth is. He puts his time where his time should be, and he continues to produce on the court. There's no cliff or nosedive that seems to be happening in his career on or off the court. I feel that is a fantastic way to end the fast break. Athletes taking control of their platforms, which we do here at Officialize, which all our athletes do at Officialize. So what better way to control your platform than starting a public school for your community? I do believe I got those out under 5 minutes. I'm Jelani McCoy. This has been the Fast Break. Shout out to No Coast and Officialize, all the players on the Officialize platform. Check them all out on Officialize.com. Check out all the Officialize originals on Officialize.com. Peruse the site. Come get a look at some of your favorite players, their daily lives, some awesome opportunities to engage with them. Always continue to support. Please, you don't always have to, but please continue to support the official McCoy podcast, the Fast Break, the long form, and any other originals that we have here on the Officialized platform. I am Jelani McCoy. This has been the Fast Break edition. Thanks for tuning in and continue to join in.